there are two important theories. In fact, we can call it marketing theory. Today, we will review that. One is STP, another one is POC. And most of you know that already, but there are some of even further information in that. All right, so STP is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Then product life cycle. And in particular, if you study the strategic management before, these are the two of the most important chapters in strategic management. Sometimes they call it technology life cycle. And this one, STP, there are a lot of terms for that. One is called blue ocean. You heard about that. 蓝海策略 blue ocean strategy. In fact, all the idea come from here. Another one is called disruptive technology. 破坏性创新 disruptive technology. Something like that. And everything come, all the whole concept come from these chapters, these two chapters. So anyway, segment, target, positioning, differentiation. And again, this comes from strategy. All right, Michael Porter, we already mentioned that before. Anyway, product life cycle. Right? All these are very simple concepts, but in fact, they got a lot more detailed information behind that. So the book talking about the aging group. I mean, interesting. If you look at the data we have, 65%, not 65%, 20% of the people who age 65 and above control about 70% of the wealth. You know what I'm saying here? All the wealth, the real estate, whatever that company and everything owned by those old people, in fact. So this is obviously a huge market. Even though, and right now it's aging group, it's coming, so a whole bunch of information. So they're talking about the motel, life insurance, traveling, Dohas, we mentioned about before, and all that. And in fact, not even that. I just pick up some of the product. This also for old people. No one laugh. I think we explained that before last time. Serious. And what's the competitor? Viagra, all right? A lot of Chinese people don't know what it's that. Let me write it down, all right? One 36 hours, 1 6 hour, or 4 hours. Now, we did not explain why. Now, why is that for? Already old people, how can they afford for 36 hours? Anyone know the answer? No. It's an interesting case, all right? So this is serious. The answer is very quick, very easy, all right? The answer is this product is psychological positioning, not physical positioning. Time is not important, but your partner is more important. You know what I mean here? The male looking for time and speed, female looking for romance. You still don't get it, all right? That's okay. And now what this one is, the position is that, therefore they say, okay, serious is here, so let's take time to do whatever we have to do, all right? So not in a hurry. So a lot of consumer, no, about female consumer complain once the husband take the Viagra. They are forced to do something, all right? And which is not good for a female partner, something like that, all right? So these are the whole story. Anyway, you can come to my another Harvard case study about this one. And I take this photo, not one other point. The point somewhere in the mountain there is a graveyard spot. 基隆什么金宝山的什么山啊 ？Graveyard spot. You know what I'm talking about? 卖那个坟墓 graveyard spot, right? It's quite expensive. In fact, real estate is quite expensive in Taiwan. So a lot of companies, they start to sell all this. Somewhere in the Keelung, I think somewhere there, they say they claim they can see this 101 building, all right? So after, I think Jinshan, somewhere in Jinshan and Keelung, whatever, I don't know, somewhere there, somewhere in the far away mountain, you can still see that. Anyway, so that's for the old people, or the aging people, in fact. and very attractive, in fact. So next one will be STP. And this is another example. I'm not sure you know this one or not. One LPC, one laptop per child. You know this one? This, in fact, the pioneer of netbook. This is the pioneer of the so-called netbook by the MIT professor. I think his name is, sorry, I forgot the name, all right? Very famous one in the multimedia lab. And he wants every children have $100 laptop, $100 laptop. All right, that's another case, all right, anyway, in fact. AMD, you know the company, right? AMD, a new policy, they call it 1550. There's a campaign from AMD. In year 2015, 50% of the population on the earth will have a laptop. So this is a campaign very famous called 1550. In the year 2015, 50% of the people will have a laptop. AMD target for that. Anyway, so this is more, again, go back to the whole idea of what STP is. Identify your target. Then you have to have a product, in fact, try to satisfy the needs of that. And again, in all your PC, some of you know that these are for the targeted third world children. And the problem is that the third world children is what kind of third world there? Infrastructure is very poor. There's no electricity. So you have to use the hand to generate the power. So you do that, you can generate about 1 hour. Okay, the first one. Second one, there's no network and heavy dust, flooding, and so on. So this computer is, in fact, designed for the purpose of that. Very powerful, very tough. And just tell you the new development right now they have. And this is exactly really a whole bunch of MIT genius, they try to develop that. So this is a new generation of the all your PC. You can share the game here. And you buy another one, you can play mahjong here. Now, okay, all right, forget about, don't know what mahjong is. Okay, then you can have a netbook, and then another one here. So anyway, so they are trying to do that, try to do the new function of the netbook. So the target, in fact, is the children, for the kids. Anyway, so that's a very quick example of the so-called STP. Now, the book tried to clarify different terms. Segment marketing, obviously market segment. Niche, local area. So, I think is that HKS? I think it's wrong. Shanghai and Hang Seng Bank, HSBC. They claim that they are the global local company, something like that. All right, that's what the local is about. And then we got individual, we call it one-to-one marketing. All right, let's look at it very quick. Segment marketing. And again, they are so-called homogeneous, diffuse, and clustered. I will tell that later, all right, about these three different preferences. Now, another term is called, again, book talking about that. Anyone know what it is? Tetra? Say, what kind of product? How about this one? Honor? Becher? Umbrella? And Steiner? Anyway, what it says is the definition of niche. Niche, in fact, is quite small in the sense that it's not a market leader. So if Facebook or MySpace is the leader, then they got a whole bunch of social network niches. It's called blog, B-L-O-G, blog. That's the idea of that. So Facebook is the millions of people there, but in fact, they got a lot of sub-community. We call it a blog, all right? It's called social network. Anyway, so these are the so-called niches. And the individual with the mass customization, all right? Of course, it's a one-to-one, all right? Sometimes they call it signature. So everybody, we have signature for each of the product, and signature on our individual signature on the product. This is so-called mass customization. And this gives you further idea. All right? Homogeneous means that all the needs are clustered together. Diffuse means that it's spread everywhere. You cannot find a cluster. This one is cluster one. So in other words, we can identify the group of people who are in the same market but have different needs and wants. I think that's a very simple definition of segment. Another one, all right, what I try to say here is a lot of strategic terms are very vague. Sometimes people even define this one as blue ocean. That's totally wrong. I will ask you about later about the whole blue ocean. Blue ocean is not small at all. Blue ocean should be big. All right, if you really care for all the people definition, they call it niches is blue ocean. In fact, it's not. All right? No, it is not a strategic course. All right? Just try to clarify some of the concepts that are misused in the strategy. Another one is called long tail. All right? You know long tail, right? So this, in fact, is I think this what is the founder of one of the magazine, internet magazine. He's talking about a long tail. All right. So anyway, so low cost distribution, more you can economy of without having the predict demand. You know long tail, right? Suppose I have a product, like a whole bunch of Amazon. Amazon has a lot of product, millions of product. Amazon online, about 3 million product there. And what's really making money, what they claim that is, at the end of that, even though it's not very popular, but still you can make money from that. All right, is that true? You know the long tail, right? 长尾理论 Don't know. And long tail theory claim that they against 20/80 rules. So what they say is 80/20 in here. In other words, there are so many small ones is there, and this one will occupy more than 20%, can be 30% of your total profit. All right? And is this true? The longer you have for the tail, better for the company. Are you sure? Let me ask again. All right, this all the myths come from strategic. All right, they say, okay, you have so many products and tail longer is better for the company. Are you sure? Why? Why this might not work? All right, you would do it very good. You need a good inventory control. Most of the products are digital goods. Digital goods. Therefore, no inventory. Digital goods, like video, like software, like whatever that you just make up. So yes, long tail work for the web business, but not for the physical world. If I have a product, I have another 200 products, have problem to sell it out. How much is for the inventory cost? That would be huge. So yes, this one apply to virtual world, means that the internet, but not for the physical world. That's one. All right, inventory is one. What else? We are the people who run the business who know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yes, that one won't work. 那台大的教授说，哇，这个好棒啊！我说那是 bullshit， 对不起啊。No, it's wrong, totally wrong. What else? Inventory is one concern. What else? Again, you have so many products that cannot sell. And he says it's good. The more is better. Cecilia, you know, try that. He says this is good, but in fact it's not. You cannot. All right, you provide service, you provide promotion. Again, so many products. It's not there. I got all products in my inventory in a warehouse. Can they sell by themselves? You cannot. In internet, yes. People search. They say, oh, this is an old movie. I need that. They can search information. Yes, they can sell. But how can you have so many products already die? And you said, okay, this is good for you. So I think that point here is be very, very careful. Long tail theory only work for e-commerce or the business such as Amazon, Yahoo, eBay. Yes, good for them because of the search engine. They can search out, consumer can search out what they want. But in the real world, you cannot afford that. You cannot afford to have 300 failed products. See there, you say it's good for your company. Impossible. You know what I'm pointing here? All right, so this is very important, all right? You know, people just wrong, read it and say, wow, this is good, and so that's good for the company. It is not true. So you can see here, the more you can offer, be careful, the more you can offer, the greater the chance that you will be able to tap latent demand for minor test. No, not a lot of companies can afford that. Very few companies can afford to do that. You come up with so many different versions, different product design, that's a lot of money. If you cannot sell that, that's a lot, even more money there. This is not true for physical world, okay? So anyway, aggregate enough minority tests, you will find a new market. I don't believe that, all right? And then let me repeat again, only good for Google, eBay, Amazon, and that's it. All the rest cannot survive. It's called long tail theory, okay? It's a big debate, in fact, in the academic. Customization. Again, I call it signature before, all right? So this is the interesting, we call it customization. Now, what is mass customization? How can you do that at the same time? I will customize the product individually. At the same time, I can mass produce that. Now, what's this? Example. Let me repeat again. Customize means that everyone individualize, I can individualize a product. But at the same time, I can mass produce that. So how can I do that? How can I do mass customization? 大量客制化. How can I do that? Anyone? Example, such as? Yes? Car, the new car model, and then what? No, you build the car in module. Okay, build car in the module, right? Yeah, you build part by part and assemble by customers. So the basic module is the same. Is that what you say? The basic module is the same. Then you add on something different there, right? Well, that's one. Yeah, that's one possibility. Okay, so you still need a lot of mass production foundation, and you can add something individualized on that. That's one possibility, just like this one here. Or like cars are the same, no, you have different design. What else? This is in fact a very big production challenge. If you learn about production management, this is a huge production challenge. How can I make, in terms of economic scale, how can I make individual product all different at the same time making money? It's a big challenge. Sounds a good idea, but it's a big challenge for the production. Yes? 旋转寿司, oh, that's a good example, right? You know this round table sushi? You know the sushi, they just have a whole bunch of one coming out, and you get what you want. 你没吃过 round table, you have round table, and the round, there's a bell line, and there's the sushi and taro line, and they just walking around, and you take whatever you want. And yes, they have a huge amount of choice for you. Yeah, that's exactly the point of that. You get huge choice for you, you can get what you want. Very interesting. Yeah, that's one. All right. So anyway, what else? All right, that's a good example. What else? TSMC will do a lot of mass customization. How did they do that? Very interesting. The TSMC, in fact, the best one is they do this one. They do customization, but in fact, at the same time, they are mass production of that. Okay. So this part can be mass production. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. We call it IP pool, IP intelligent pattern pool, IP pool. So I got a huge item pool there. So whatever customer come in, they can pick up what they want. All right. Same as this jeans example. How can I customize? So in general, our jeans is only what? Small, medium, large. No, that's not enough. No. So what can I do? Material and how to do that? The jean or the fashion, all right? How can I mass customize that? In fact, I have friends, in fact, in Levi's. They identify our body shape. All right? So some people look like this. Some people look like this. Some people look like this. You know what I'm talking about? No, not this one here, right? And very interestingly, they do all these different shapes of the female, and they can identify about 54 of that, 50 of that. And based on this 50, just like your IP pool, they get 50 design. So once, if you walk into the Levi's store in USA, they will scan for you. You stand there, they will scan for you. And then coming up, and then start to match. Oh, you are here. And then send this order to the headquarters and come back. It takes about 1 week to do it. So you can scan your body and then come back. So the same idea, yes. So again, we already have all the pattern. So we can mass produce that. So I can fit in exactly whatever that. Of course, you cannot eat too much. If not, then 6 months later, you're too big, all right? You will change from here to here, all right? So you cannot take the cross. But anyway, that's the idea of, we call it mass customization. All right, so the solution between the production and the marketing, in fact, very important concept, again, all right? Segment consumer market, all right, I think you know that. Geography, demography, psychography, and behavior. I think we already almost mentioned all that in the last chapter already. And the new one for you is psychographic and behavior. All right, you know demography already, okay? Demography such as income and gender. Geography is location. And psychography, we will look at that. All right, we look at that, the psychography and behavior. I showed you this before, and this company is called Prison. I don't remember what price, physical, I don't remember rating of zip code, whatever that. So anyway, based on the zip code, you're geographic, and then you can try to identify people from different, you can see that, all right? So based on the lifestyle and income, for instance, you have urban, uptown, male town, and affluence, inner, whatever city center, and in other words, they give the name of each one of that, who live where they live, and they give the name of each one of that. And very interesting, you can see that people in the, for instance, people live in the downtown, are they poor or rich? Let me ask again, all right? People live in the downtown, somewhere in the downtown, not the center of downtown, somewhere around the downtown. Are they poor or rich? In general, is poor, not rich. That's USA, okay? If you go to the downtown area after 5 o'clock, everything's turning to dark. Not in Asia. Asia, really in downtown, expensive, okay? Now, this is so-called a loop. Did you see the loop there? So there's an inside loop and outside loop. Now, where are those rich people live? So try to think about that. This is what the geographic segmentation is. All right, and again, if you read carefully, this loop somewhere here, they must have a mall, shopping mall. All right, so give you an idea what is that. All right, so there's a shopping mall here, so therefore you can see very crowded. Another shopping mall here, okay, and it's off loop there, outside the loop, inside the loop, and again you look at all the traffic. So this is how they identify that. Now, in general, so you can see that if you read this profile, that people have single, married couple, high income. Where do they live? Let me repeat again. High income, we call it think. Where do they live? Here, where? High income couple in general, married couple in general live around here. Apartment, expensive one. Now, who live around this shopping mall area? So people also income and have family members. So easy for them to go shopping. All right? And so on. So this is how they do that. This is how they classify different family based on the geography, living, lifestyle, and income. And come up a whole bunch of different segments. Very interesting study. You can go to website to just type prison. You can get that. All right, very famous one. And I said that before. What can I do of this data? Direct mail. So if they know exactly where they live, they send the catalog there. All right, so this is one of the so-called geographic segmentation. So here, such as education, affluence, family life cycle, as I said, that single, with kids, without kids, empty nest, and so on. Urbanization, that's what urbanization means. Downtown, inside the loop, outside the loop. Race and ethnicity. And in fact, who live around this area? Anyone living in Los Angeles, LA? All right? Now tell me the LA is where Chinese people live. Poor Chinese and all right?
Oh, rich Chinese don't exactly live in downtown. They live outside.
All right, how about poor Chinese?
Near
Near
downtown.
downtown with Mexican people, right? Or a break, all right? Which is true, right? Just say that this is true. So in the downtown area, most of that either Mexican family or Chinese or the black people or even Korean, all right? They live in around this so-called Chinatown area, all right, most of the time, okay? Then mobility, again, the whole thing's mobile, so this will change. The same as in Taipei. If you look at the most wealth, most busy shopping area used to be in the Ximending, somewhere in here. Ximending, Taipei. They moved to where? They moved from Ximending in the east. If you look at this Taipei, all right? This is Taipei. If you look at Taipei right here, and Ximending is here. And they moved to Dongqu, such as the Dunghua Nanlu, Nanjing Lu. And later on, they move again to 101. And they might move again. People expect they might move again to Nangang and whatever, another science park. Very interesting. These are called mobility. They will move around. And the city will move around. Geographic, the demographic, then that's the definition of that. We can use it by age, lifestyle, life stage, gender, income, generations, different generations, social class. I think we discussed all that before, all right? Life stage, for instance, you are the early life stage called single, all right? And then think, from single, move to think. And then move to with child, under 6 years old. And then have the teenagers, just like me, where I have teenagers, 2 teenagers, right? And then start to have empty nest, because my kid going to graduate, and me and my wife, only 2, we call empty nest. And then widow or widower, these are called life cycle, right? So in your group, for instance, in your group, in USA, female spend the money on what items? Let me ask again, all right? In USA, for a single student like you, female students spend a lot of items on what? Cosmetics. All right, what else? That's only small one. All right, what else? Clothes. All right, what else? Shoes. Not quite true, all right? People don't look at that, people look at top. All right, what else? What else? Car, all right? If the family is rich, they can afford that. Family will give her a car. Interesting, I look at the report, psychological therapy. I don't know why. They cannot find a boyfriend or what, I don't know that, all right? How about boy? How about a male? Male students spend most of money on beer, pizza. What else? Game, all right, what else? Car, all right? And that's it, that's what they say, all right? And so if you move down like married couple with the kids, then spend a lot of money in baby food, diaper, yes, thank you, okay? Diaper, and then baby food, and so on, all right? And the teenager, you know, so that's what it says. These are called the life stage. Cigarette, in fact, can use this demographic. So this is based on what? Which one? This based on gender, right? Diaper, for instance, can be male and female. You know that? It's a different. Female is pink color, and then boy is a blue color, right? Now what's the difference? The design is different. You know the design? You don't have the kids, don't know what's going on here. These are diaper, right? What's the difference of the design for the male and female? Imagine this diaper, right? So what's the difference? You're going to have kids, all right? Male, this part. Female, this part. All right, forget about it, all right? Gender, all right? This is based on what? Again, you have to smoke in order to know that. These are called menthol cigarette, menthol, 凉烟. So the base one is sedan, cool, but they are different. They are target different group. You know the difference? Cool versus sedan. You know which one? So don't smoke the wrong cigarette if you go to USA. I'm not joking, all right? Cool is target for, you don't smoke. You guys don't smoke, huh? Sedan for the white in general. Cool for the black people in general. In general, all right? Don't smoke the wrong cigarette, all right? Then there's they got a law of that for the blue-collar worker like South Dakota, but already gone. There are two very famous cigarettes. It's been illegal. One is called Uptown, and then South Dakota. Uptown in New York. Target which group? So you guys don't live in New York, don't know that. After Columbia University, Upper Street 108, in fact, that one is called, in New York City, Uptown. Who live in the Uptown? Not rich people, no. 哈林区 black people, poor black people. All right, Uptown in fact is for the black people. South Dakota, which group of people? South Dakota, you don't know that, right? Dakota in general is in fact the mountain area. They target for blue-collar women. Blue-collar women. And it turns out that these two are totally illegal. USA government said that you cannot target a specific group, especially poor income people. Why? So these two are illegal. Why? So you guys don't know what's going on there because already it's been there 1 year and then gone. All right, let me tell you the answer. The answer is poor people in general don't have enough money already. If they spend the money on cigarette, their spending ratio will increase. So the cigarette will squeeze his or her other expenses. All right, so it's in fact kind of unethical and illegal to sell to the poor people. That's according to USA government, right? Anyway, right? So you can check that. You go to the website to see Uptown in South Dakota cigarette. You can see that. How about this one? Target for which one? Young generation. This one in fact old generation. They target for young generation, all right? And this advertising use subliminal advertising. Can you see that? This one use subliminal advertising. That's we already reviewed that subliminal unconscious advertising. Can you see that? 看不出来 Here. All right, forget about it, all right? If you cannot see that, don't worry, okay? Then generations. Very interesting, they have baby boomer, a silent generation, and generation X, Y, millennial. Now, which are you in? Y or X? Your generation, which one? Now, what's Y? Y is called this. Strawberry pudding tofu. That's definition for generation Y, all right? Now, what is this? What is this? What's Y? What's 月光族? Very poor, each month, okay? This is your generation, all right? Don't laugh, all right? This is your generation, okay? How about this? All right? If you go to overseas study campus, still without a job, all right, right now, okay? Unfortunately, okay? And in Japan, they call it bean sprout. Bean sprout generation. You know what bean sprout is? Bean sprout, 豆芽族. They grow very fast, but easy to die. Very weak. Bean sprout, easy to grow, but it's not strong enough. Easy to break it down, okay? That's what bean sprout. Unfortunately, that's your generation, okay? This is another one called VALS, Value and Lifestyle. Very famous one. If you go to the website, just type VALS, and there's about 20 questionnaires. Try to answer that and tell me which group you are in, all right? That's why I do an exercise, but anyway, I don't do that. So go to the website and go there and then see which one you are. We call this one 科学算命, okay? Now, they got a lot of different terms here. Innovator, thinker, achiever, experiencer, believer, striver, maker, and survivors. I just tell you the example, all right? For instance, innovator, what kind of car do they drive? In fact, if you look at that, they are resource. Very expensive sporty car. These are innovators. Thinker, they drive what? Interesting. Lexus, most of them. Achiever, they drive Benz, automobile. Experiencer, they drive Jeep. They want to experience. Believer, it's interesting. There are two loyalty. One is loyal to Japanese brand, one loyal to American brand. So most of the time they either drive Toyota or Ford. All right, these are called believer. Striver, just like you, cannot afford that. So drive motorcycle. We call it a motorcycle, all right? Ooh. All right, and maker try to do that. Anyway, so these are exactly what they say about this one. So you need to get carefully, and again, computer, the telephone, handphone, car, all that, you can see that. And these are fitting your lifestyle and your resource. All right, that's why I call it VALS, value and lifestyle. And each group has their own value, or what is a good product. They define their own value or that. So these are the so-called VALS. And behavior is even more. There's a new group. So decision role. For instance, my family want to go to travel. Now, who is initial that? Or maybe my wife, maybe my kids. Just call initial. Influencer. All right, maybe my wife. I don't know. Decider. I'm the decider. I say, oh no, oh yes. Okay. Buyer and user. It's quite different. So parent can be the buyer, and then the kids can be the user. All right, so these are called decision roles. And then this one here, occasion, benefit they are looking for, user status, some is here. Usage rate, we call it high, medium, low. And buyer readiness, loyal status, and attitude. All right, anyway, so these are even very complicated. Right now, marketing use most of the time using the behavioral variable, to segment the market. This is another one. Loyalty. We are hardcore, split loyal, shifting loyal, and switchers. Very interesting. So for instance, I think the most complicated one is coffee. All right, so just give an example. I define that by myself, okay? Hardcore are straightforward, only one girlfriend, all right? Speed lawyer is two girlfriends, all right? Go switch, A, B, A, B, all right? So Edith and Brenda, all right, each week. Shifting lawyer is from A and then to B. And then, of course, switchers is switch all the time, all right? So these are the so-called loyalty status. They're very interesting. We can, from this behavior, we can try to figure out which one they're loyal to, and then to figure out your competitor, and so on. So we are from their buying pattern, to figure out which one is your target segment, okay? Then the book also show you the chart here, and I call this one AIDAR. I mentioned the AIDA before, right? What's A? I mentioned AIDA before. What's A? Awareness. I, interest. D, desire. A, action. Let me repeat again, okay? Something like look at a girlfriend, a girl, right? I aware that she's beautiful, I'm aware. Then my next stage is I'm interested in that. Wow, going to be my girlfriend, interested in that. Then D, I desire. I start to try to think something else, try to do that. And then I can take the action to do that. They are called AIDA model, very famous one. Last one, R, is repeat. Sometimes we call it lawyer. All right? So these are very famous one. The summary of the consumer behavior, we call it awareness, interest, desire, and then action. AIDAR. And very similar to this one here. Whether you're aware or not, and then try or not try. And among you can differentiate that. If you try that, you can get here and get a repeat. And even repeat can go to lawyer, later on to heavy user, medium, light user. All right, so one of that to using this model to do that, to classify the consumer. All right, this one is not important. You just take a look at that. So user can be convertible, shadow, average, and entrenched. In other words, we try to change the user. Can be some of the users are shadow, for instance. They are not too much care about that. Some people are average usage. Some people can be a your feature user, potential market at the same time, and non-user the same. All right. Anyway, so they just classify user and non-user, and the degree of the consumer will buy your product. All right. So the degree of convert the buyer into as a user. All right. That's it. I think that's not much. Now, this is another important one called criteria. When we define or target our market segment, you should know how can I measure that? How to measure that? In other words, where is that? How can I get that? All right, where is that? Substantial means that how big is that? I identify that segment should be sizable, should be big enough. If not, nonsense. That's another good segment. Accessible. I can easy to access to that. And very important, differentiable. When I identify that, that should be different from other competitor. And then actionable. I can take action for that. Unfortunately, there's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy. Did not set about all this. All right? Blue Ocean just said, okay, this is Blue Ocean, all right? This is Red Ocean, all right? Go to Blue Ocean. But how do I know I can survive in the Blue Ocean? They did not say that, in fact. But the important criteria is here. Once you identify that Blue Ocean, you should be able to know where is that, what is that, how big is that, whether I can differentiate that significantly from other people or not. So Blue Ocean in fact only based on this one. Blue Ocean based on this one. But they not say much about especially substantial. All right, should be big enough and actionable. Okay? So to put use example like this one, I use a lot of example right anyway. This one won't sustainable in fact. It's not that easy to do that, sustain. Long tail. Again, some people mistakenly say that long tail is niche, is Blue Ocean. All right, totally wrong. All right, let me just clarify the concept for you. This is the long tail, top 20 and bottom 20. Okay, This example of the developer, yes, it's probably quite true, all right? If you look at this application, yes, some of the really popular, top 20 popular occupy huge amount of that. A lot of people just like that, all right? Look at another way. This is for the movie, box office income, all right? Look at that. And then these are the film ranking. I just upside down that, all right? If you look at it carefully. And yes, only this one, in fact, can make money. All this one, the ranking of that, in fact, unfortunately, a lot of movie, a lot of songs, a lot of product, they are in this category. All right? Now, which criteria is not satisfied in long tail? The answer is what? As I said, that the long tail, yes, you cannot have a long tail. The problem is what? The sales, the volume of that is too small. It's not sizable. It's not sizable, all right? So sizable means economy of scale. All right, that's somehow in that. All right, so if you cannot solve the problem for this substantial problem, all right, in order to survive. Okay, market targeting. We just define a segment, so you can using many ways to segment that, such as behavioral demographics, psychographics, and so on. After that, so suppose we can identify 9 segments. Next one is a targeting strategy. So look very easy, all right? First one is single one. These are single one. Selective specialization means that among these 9 segments, I pick up this one, this one, this one. Okay? Then it's called product specialization. These are product and market. I specialize one in the product, such as Japanese car, specialized in mid-size car. Japanese is supposed in the mid-size car, right? Then we have product and then market specialization. Again, this one not clear. Market is here. I particularly look at a specific market, and then I got a whole market. So using the car as an example, very, very easy, all right? This is a Jeep, and I don't know which one this one is, all right? Product here means that I only focus on small size car, for instance. These are the car. Small size car to satisfy everyone. And this one is I choose one market only, but I have so many different products satisfy that specific market. And GM in general is this category. They serve everything, small car, big car, and everything. So these are called the targeting, right? Yeah, a lot of wealth management, banking, and all that. They do all different kind of strategy in order to get that. Now, another one is the same as the group and the product, right? So you can move around. So we had that 3 by 3, and company start from here. We start from personal computer, move on and move on and move on, all right? And this is very similar to in your game. In your game, you try to identify these are 4 segments. You decide to think that you are right now very good at small one, move to the middle one, and move to that one. All right. So this is a strategy. So the strategy in your game, for instance, can be you can specialize one, or do this one here, and this one just a pass of the company. They are moving around. Okay. Okay, just a handphone, right? The same. So all the company have the idea and which one to move on in order to go to the next market. Why people keep working out, right? Only 1 hour. Okay, what is positioning? 产品定位 is the act of designing the company's offering image to occupy consumers' mind. All right. So the whole idea of positioning, in fact, is how can I occupy into consumer mind? As we said before, we have so many choices. We aware the product, we share of heart, share of mind. And this positioning, in fact, is go very deep to share of mind. I need to occupy somewhere in the consumer's mind. So when I say personal computer, he will come to remember my name of that. These are called positioning. Okay? So a whole bunch of examples, right? And these are all the excellent examples. They occupy somewhere in consumer's mind. iPod, for instance. So when I mention iPod or MP3 player, you think about this one iPod, right? When I say netbook, you're talking about the ASUS, EPC, and so on. These are called positioning. marketing people try to using this graphic. These are your consumer, your mind, all right? So they're not in your hand now, all right? Suppose I can divide a car into 2 dimensions. One called luxury, one called sporty car. Now, which brands will be in dimension 1? BMW, somewhere here. What else? BMW only here. What else? Hummer. Hummer is, are you sure Hummer here? Hummer is, okay, all right, I don't know where to put Hummer, all right? Okay, BMW, Hummer may be not luxury, but very sporty, all right? What else? Jaguar. Jaguar, no, it's not sporty, all right? There's something more, like Italian, such as, who will be here? Who will be here? Luxury, also sporty, very expensive. You know what I mean here? These are the ideas. So somewhere here are most expensive and luxury. And where's the Benz? Benz should be which dimension? Benz will be 4. They are not sporty, but they can be somewhere here, very luxury. So somewhere here, very luxury here. And what kind of product here? Sporty, but not that expensive, such as or a Mazda, and there's the one, in fact, in USA, what's the name of that? Very cheap. We call it poor man's sporty car, all right? Poor man's sport car is here. How about this one? How about this one? Not sporty, not luxury, in fact. Only $2,000. You go means you go first, I go later.南斯拉夫的车子啦。In fact, that's what they do with this car. You know, there's a trademark here called Yugo, right? You go first, all right? So not the luxury, also poor, all right? So anyway, so this is the idea of that, all right? There, the pain reliever. What kind of dimension can we use? Again, in terms of pain reliever, which 2 dimensions are the most important? One is, you know what I mean? When consumers think about a pain reliever, which dimension is most important? First one will be effect, right? I need that effectively, all right? What else? What's the other one? Side effect. Side effect. What do I mean by side effect? Very effective, but can hurt the stomach or can hurt something else. All right, so you can see there are 2 dimensions here. Effective, non-effective. High side effect, no side effect. Now, I think that's the problem. Can we find out a product that is very tender, also effective? So in other words, some of the medicine try to position themselves that I'm very effective and powerful. I'm very safe, and so on. So these are how they position their product in the market. University. How can I classify university? Into which dimension? So first one will be private and public. I'm using USA, all right, not the Taiwan, all right? Private and public. What else? Engineering oriented, non-engineering oriented, for instance. So these are talking about discipline, they're talking about the tuition fee they have to pay. So immediately, engineering oriented, also private, will be which one? Is MIT private? I think MIT is private, right? Caltech may be here. All right? And again, private and non-engineering, so anyway, so Harvard may be here. They are not very good at engineering, but they are none of that, all right? Something like that. Now put into Chinese in Taiwan, all right? NCT will be here. NCT will be here. National Chengchi University will be here. and so on, all right? Anyway, it doesn't matter, all right? The idea is, give it the idea is how to position your product. So first, there are two things. One, identify the dimension, how consumer evaluate. Second one, put where you are, all right? This whole concept is called positioning. This will be your game, all right? Now, these are the mark straight. There are two dimensions, but in your game, only one dimension. I will tell you that later. Only one dimension will be easier, all right? Not two dimensions, okay? So it's very easy to interpret. Needs one and need two. And again, you can see that along with that, there are different, you can position that in different areas so that you can see that clearly where is your competitor. So in general, if you cross together, will be cross competitor. Far away will be different. So these are the whole idea about the positioning of that. And the book gives you a whole bunch of value proposition. Purdue chicken, for instance, is a tenderness. Volvo is safety. You can see that. Domino is delivery speed. In general, they're in charge about roughly about 10 or 20% of the premium price. That's the idea of that. All right. So different brands have different positioning, and I think the underline is they provide different value proposition. Mountain Dew. That's another case. So what's the Mountain Dew slogan? You guys do not know, live there. Right? In fact, this is one of my products when I serve the Pepsi. We try to say the Mountain Dew. And surprisingly, it might be very popular, especially in Hong Kong. People don't drink Mountain Dew. Why? Kim or Cecilia, people in Hong Kong don't drink Mountain Dew. And when I'm in charge of Mountain Dew and all that and PepsiCo and all that. Huh? In Hong Kong, Dew spell as F-U-C-K. Don't get that, okay? That's okay. Ask Cecilia and ask me, all right? They will tell you that, okay? Anyway, Mountain Dew is a very young generation of soft drink. The famous one is called Do the Dew. Do the Dew. Anyone know that? Dew is dew, but they're using the dew as another one called dew. How to spell that? D-U-D-E, right? What dew means? Is that spelled right? What dew means? What dew means? 兄弟 brother, partner, all right? 那我们来干傻事吧 Do the deal. All right? These are their slogan. In other words, this very teenager kind of the, see here, do the deal. Okay, D-E-W, okay? Do the deal. In fact, the deal, the same here, do the deal. All right? So this is the Mountain Dew slogan. Not very popular in Asia, all right? But very popular in USA, one of the top brand in that. Okay, let's continue about the positioning. This whole chapter, in fact, written by a Professor Kaler. The textbook, in fact, the textbook is by Philip Kahler in the first 12 edition. And start from this edition, there's invite Professor Kaler to join that. And Professor Keller is famous for brand equity. So the rest of the couple of 3 or 4 chapters, new chapter, and this is a new chapter about the written by Professor Kelly. Anyway, let's look at that. Let's look at what his point. I translate this one, will be easier for you to understand. I call this point of difference and point of parity. I call this one 异中求同，同中求异, will be easy to understand. In other words, what you try to say here is there are 2 points. One is point of difference. Sometimes consumer know that. Consumer know all these products, all right? So among that, they try to find something different. I think that's the whole point. So you provide something different for them. Now, this one is opposite. It's opposite, all right? So association not necessarily unique to the brand, but maybe share with other brand. Now, you might ask, why do I need that? Why do I need something similar or something different? Okay, so that's how his this idea about the positioning of that. POP, parity, meaning that announcing category benefit. I have a new product coming out, the PC or the handphone or the fashion or the shoes. I try to claim that I am in that category. I'm in that particular category. Therefore, I can try to get the market or the category. So you're announcing the category benefit. That's what I mean by the same category. And compare that, and then rely on the price or that. So among all that, you try to look for something similar. For instance, I mentioned this to you, called bamboo charcoal. Bamboo charcoal, all right, 竹炭砂. These are the bamboo charcoal. And the important part is this one is see through the microscope. You know the bamboo, the charcoal, right? Charcoal, you grind small powder. If you look at that small powder, you can still see there's a holes inside. Now, why this is important? Why the hole is important? And only a certain bamboo can have these characters. That one called 梦中竹. 梦中竹, they're growing very fast. And if you ground that inside that, you can see that even the small tiny powder, you can steal the holes. Now, why the holes are important? Anyone? Huh? Airflow, very important, yes. Airflow, very good. What else? So one is airflow. We are talking about product design now, right? Airflow. So in other words, if you have the bamboo here, you can have flow there. So if you have the cross there, in fact, it's not, it's the airflow here. What else? What else can this one do? Can absorb a lot of bad odor. So you can see something there. So again, this is recyclable. Once you wear that, it's washable. You can wash it out away. But they keep that something there. What else? And again, so after they have all this powder, they put a machine like polyester. They put something in the machine, they ground that, and they start to do this textile. 台湾叫抽丝，我不知道怎么讲啊，抽丝抽纱。In other words, the textile, they have the yarn and then coming out and try to ground that. All right, so the whole idea is put this powder into the material and gradually coming this one, and later you can have socks, underwear, and everything. Now, my point here is, if I have this product, how can I position this product in the market to compete with other products? All right, so this is called 异中求同. In other words, I'm different, but I'm in the category of clothes. All right, so this is the whole idea of similar. All right, so this is the one of that. And then 同中求异, meaning that consumer desirability criteria for this one, and a very important one is what do they really need? All right, relevance, distinctive, believability. And again, we have feasibility, communicability, sustainability. So once you have the product in the category, like textile, the next quite important one is what uniqueness you're going to have that for the consumer. And this particular product, if you look at this advertising before, because I do the consulting firm for this. I'm consulting for this company, all right? If you wear this bamboo charcoal and non-bamboo charcoal, put that into the refrigerator. There's a freeze room there. And if you look at the one, sit there for about 30 minutes. After that, you see that the consumer who wear the bamboo charcoal will look like this. Consumer who wear other clothes will look like this. So which means what? Bamboo charcoal can what? Warm. They will keep it warm. So keep it warm. So it's very interesting. How can you keep it warm at the same time can have air through? That's the whole point about this product, all right? So this is very warm. After 30 minutes, you can see that. After 30 minutes, people wear the different one, all right? So that's the one. And the question is, once you have these unique characters, how can you communicate with the consumer? Very important, all right? So these are the, we talk about here, all right? So something relevant, something distinctive, something believability. All right, so you show the consumer that this is what happened, okay? And again, feasibility, communicability, sustainability. And I said that before, the first order and the biggest order is come from U.S. Army. Really, U.S. Army, the first order of the product is the socks. Interesting. And they believe, so what the U.S. Army looking for is the bad order. But of course, the product itself is very rich. They have a lot of different characters. So the next question is, which one is most important to the consumer? Therefore, you can communicate your product with the consumer. But anyway, the point here is, we call this one 同中求异. In other words, relative compared to other textile, we have these unique features. All right? Now, then there are some of the, among all these, there are some trouble. Right? We call negative correlated attribute and benefit. After you do this point of parity or point of difference, you get trouble. Because these two are conflict. Low price, high quality. This is a conflict. Taste, low calorie, right? People looking for good taste. But unfortunately, most of the low calorie products are bad taste. Right? After my wife right now come back from USA, stay with me, and forced me to eat a lot of vegetarian food. I hate that. I hate that, right? I need steak. I need all that. They say, oh no, you cannot eat it. You cannot order this. All right. So because of high calorie and taste, my gosh, I had to do that. All right. Nutritious, good tasting. All right. Mild, just that we're talking about the pain reliever. How can you very effective at the same time mild? The same, powerful and safe. This is especially for the machine. How can you, machine is so powerful, also safe, strong and refined and all that, anyway. So this is talking about after you have this car claim clean energy. Do you believe that? All right. Cortex is another example. Cortex have very unique attribute that conflict each other. You know cortex, right? What's the unique feature of the cortex? One is what? Waterproof. So if you have water here, waterproof. What else? Air through. Air through. How can you have air through? It's waterproof. How can you have air through at the same time? And yes, the product has both characters. That's what cortex is. So waterproof, at the same time, you wear that is air through. All right. Now, and this talking about a very important one. When we do advertising, when we do product positioning, which one to appeal to the consumer, which one to communicate with, which one to the market. So therefore, they say, oh, this is a good product. And this one tell you how you position your product in the market and by what attribute. So therefore, we have this one, developing, communicating a positioning strategy. So positioning is how many ideas to promote. And in advertising, very important, we call it USP. USP. We'll tell you more about the advertising, all right? I call this KISS principle. How to do advertising? Let me give you an idea. I take a ball, a small ping pong, I give it to you. You can catch that. I give you 3 balls. You cannot catch that. So let me repeat again. I throw you a ball, you can catch that. All right, get it immediately. I give you 3 balls. You don't know which one to catch. So advertising, the USP is very important. We call it keep it simple and stupid. Keep it simple and stupid. In other words, in 30 seconds, you cannot talk too much. That message should be very strong and simple, so consumer can get that. Oh, okay, I got it. These are called KISS principle, and that's exactly what USP is about. So the first one is, now we have so many products. Now we want to promote. All right. So for instance, sorry in Chinese, let me translate that. All right. For this bamboo charcoal, first one is there's a red. They release this one. Or in other words, they can keep you warm. First one to keep you warm. Second one is the same one. All right, because keep you warm, so you can preserve the temperature inside the clothes. This one anti-bacterial, bad odor, and then the humidity. You can suck the humidity. Right, these are all the product humidity, and then there's no radiation because charcoal itself there's no radiation in it. It's a natural product, therefore no radiation. And then you can see, very important, you can put in the water, you can wash that. Now, these are all 5 important features. If I am the bamboo charcoal brand, which one I can use in order to communicate, to persuade consumer, this is my product. Now, which one? Let me repeat again, all right? Temperature, humidity, bacteria, bad odor, no radiation, recyclable. In other words, if you have the socks, put it there, you wash it up, you clean up everything. So the idea is just to go back to that. We call so-called POD, and then the POA, no, parity, POP. We have so many features. Unfortunately, sometimes they conflict each other. How can you communicate? Which is most important for you to do that? And a lot of companies, in fact, have all the trouble. How can I compete in order to do the message? So this one is the most important one. So this one goes back to what consumer really want. Now tell me which one will be the best. We call it USP for bamboo charcoal yarn, bamboo charcoal product. Which one? 3 is antibacterial. All right, someone says 3. That's what I try to do, used to be. And in fact, bamboo charcoal can make up as a cover, the blanket. Very expensive. Blanket, you know, very expensive. And a lot of blanket made of silk. Made of silk. But silk, very easy to deteriorate. And the bad smell. You know, silk is, you know silk, right? You know where silk coming from, right? So silk can be deteriorated at the same time with a bad smell and so on. And yes, this product, especially for the cover and blanket, they are keep you very warm. At the same time, can preserve a long time. That's one. What else? So this for blanket, for the cover. Yes, good one. So if you look at the wind, what else? And very interesting. This one, I think they have trouble in the very beginning when I talk to them. They don't know what to do in the summer or in the winter. Is that a summer product or winter product? Is the product good for summer or good for winter? You cannot say both. Consumer don't believe. You know what I mean? That's the conflict part. The consumer don't believe you can have a product that can use in the summer and the winter, and which in way is true. In the winter, you air through, but you know, in the summer it's air through. In the winter, keep it warm. But now, which one is important? You know what I mean? There's a conflict feature here. Which one will be best for them to do? In fact, they try to choose keep it warm. Yeah, they try to keep it warm. In fact, that's what they try to do. But there's some trouble here. You know, there's some trouble. And I said before, this radiation keep it warm. So in fact, what I say is the girl, if you put her into a bra, you can getting bigger. I don't believe that anyway. All Underwear getting bigger, I don't know. Anyway, so these are the whole trouble of now what is the unique feature for the product, how can I positioning that, and consumer believe that. I think that's the important one. Anyway, so the point go back to my last slides about the belief, about the communicate, about all that, in order to come up with a USP. And then for this one, so this one we're getting the trouble, or we call it under positioning, because you do not tell the consumer your product features. These are called under positioning. You also have over positioning. You exaggerate too much. Consumer don't believe that. Then confused positioning. How can we have both winter and summer at the same time? Then doubtful positioning. All right. So this is all the trouble from the positioning one. Very important is where is the most important unique USP I can communicate with the consumer. Another not so related, but also related issue is called disruptive innovation. You heard about this one? All right, I think I skipped that one. All right, too complicated. All right, I skipped this one. It's not your textbook. All right, they are talking about how can I do positioning, which feature to do that. All right, yeah, well, interesting in that they can ask me after the class. Anyway, this one in fact related to under positioning and over positioning. Let me tell you an idea very quick. All right, new product in general, they have a lot of features, and there are too many good features. So they launch the product in the market. Later on, a lot of product they're using less features, and they compete with the old one, and they're successful. All right. So this one called disruptive innovation. They with a less version of the technology, later on capture the whole market, and the whole idea comes from over and under positioning in the very beginning. So especially for high-tech product, most of the time, they are over positioning in the very beginning. They just set too much good features, and consumers don't buy it because they say, how can they do that? All right? So these are one issue, very important issue related to high-tech product promotion. Very similar, just like wireless, telephone, the PC, netbook, notebook, and all that. And how can I say clearly what my feature is? All right, anyway, these are very deep thinking behind that about the positioning. And we already reviewed this one before about differentiation. And I said last time already what the differentiation. Very easy. This is my homogeneous product, right? This is a demand, and this is price. And differentiate simply, I move my product, I differentiate my product from here to here. That's the whole idea behind differentiation. So same price, you can see that same price, my demand in fact will be greater. So this one we call it homogeneous. Next one is D2. So after I differentiate, in theory, we should be able to generate higher sales. All right. So the same. If I have the same demand, I can be in charge of higher price. That's one way to look at that. Another way to look at that is here. Is here, all right? So I have the same demand, but I will charge higher price. That's the whole idea about differentiation. And there are many ways to do that, such as product differentiation, personnel or the service, channel, and image. All right, so these are many ways to do that, to differentiate your product. All right, this here. And the question is, how can I move that? This one of my another consulting company, in fact, when I was in Watson, that was in Hong Kong. All right. In Hong Kong, Cantonese is very different. 屈臣, they don't call it walk, they call it what? How to pronounce in? How to pronounce this one in Cantonese? Cecilia, how to pronounce this one? But it's 屈, not wa. No, that's okay, all right? Now, very interesting. How can I differentiate this water? This is my project when I was in Hong Kong. We try to help the company to differentiate the water. Now, what can I do? Now, let me tell you the situation. When we were in fact, this one owned by Lec07. In fact, all right, a very interesting one. When we went to their office, and then we went to the conference room. Do you know how many brands in China right now? How many brands of the water in China? Imagine how many products, how many brands. You know, I'm talking about China and whatever. How many brands? Imagine. Just guess. How many? Yeah, more than 10,000. How can you compete? That's one. Second one, very interesting. How much for the Watson's bottle of the water? How much for that? In airport, for instance. Anyone go to Hong Kong? You know how many was that? How many of the bottle? 一瓶多少钱? Roughly. Did you guys travel with a lot of international students? How much for a bottle of water? How much? Even in Europe, that's about $5, 5 euro. In Europe, about $4 to $5, all right, 5 euro. In Hong Kong, how much? Hong Kong 不是启德机场啊，说错了。赤辣椒哈。How much for the bottled water? Anyone? 8块。2块不要收啦。About 10. Roughly $8 to $10. But again, how much is a soybean sauce cost? 酱油. I'm giving a situation here that a bottle of water costs about $5 to $10. 5到10块. All right? Now, 都一样，不是 NT 那个 Hong Kong 人民币。We're talking about the Hong Kong dollars, all right? So roughly it's about $1, $1 USA dollar at least. One bottle, $1 USA dollar. That's cheap, right? So it's about 7块, 6, 7块, all right? Anyway, so one bottle of water costs you about 8 to 10 Hong Kong dollars. That's the renminbi. But again, how much for a soybean sauce? 酱油一罐多少钱呢? Soybean sauce in China. Do you know how much? And our mission is to sell this product to China. How much is soybean? Anyone knows? 有谁在中国住过？酱油一罐多少钱 ？Soybean sauce. Just guess. How much? Yes, $3 to $5. Now, water $10, soy sauce $5. I better drink soy sauce. True. I mean, if you have chance go to Shanghai, go to check the soy sauce. $5 only. Bottle, $7. Now what the hell is here? How can I promote this product? How can I differentiate the product? That's the whole challenge. So what can I do? And look very careful. This one is distilled water. It's not a mineral water. 不是矿泉水 It's a distilled water. Now what's the difference? 蒸馏水跟矿泉水 Distilled and mineral water is different. You know mineral, right? Mineral just from mountain and whatever that, you just do it, all right? But distilled water is expensive. You have to process that vapor and then get all that, right? It's expensive. Now, so what can you do? This one really go back to the POD and POP, all right? So what can you do in order to position your product and to sell the product? Anyway, so if you live in Hong Kong, all right, so the advertising theme is what? Man? Cecilia, do you know this advertising campaign for this one? Yes, later on they call it pure and pronounced by a baby. So pure water. Now, again, you have to understand the water a little bit. If you buy this mineral water, 矿泉水, can only hold for 3 months. This one can hold 18 months. 18 months without, again, All right. So the 矿泉水隐晦的 some bacteria inside. I don't know that. Especially from China. Be careful, right? 啉都会落屎, right? You have to be careful. All right. Anyway, so this is we try to figure out how to position the product. In fact, how to differentiate that into that. But in fact, Watson's differentiation is not only the product itself. So I give you the answer here, right? These are all the menu for differentiation. In other words, you can focus on product form, features, performance, conformance, durability, reliability, repairability, all right? Style, design, ordering, is delivery, installation, customer training, and so on. Now, the uniqueness of Watson is not the product, it's what? So later on, in fact, if you go to China, you can still see the Watson store. You can still buy the expensive water. And still, again, they are the market leader right now in China, I believe. And this is what I try to say, all right? It's not price itself. It's not price. So what Watson sells? What kind of unique feature Watson try to sell? In fact, one is what? Trust. Trust, safety. What else? Watson is the only one that have a lot of retailing channels. So distribution is another very powerful and important one for them. So it turned out to be later on, there are a couple of very unique ones there. All right, so availability, distribution. The brand name is a Watson's brand, trust, and so on. And so this turned out to be, these are all these put it together, make this Watson product move, differentiate with all other 10,000 different brand names in China. So that's the idea, give an idea what the differentiation really is. It's not only one, in fact, you do a lot of things together. And Watson also very powerful to deliver. Let me see, I think I had a photo here. All right, Singapore Airlines, personnel differentiation. What's unique of Singapore Airlines? Very interesting. What's unique? Here, costume. But in fact, unfortunately, this one copy from Malaysia. All right, unfortunately. So Malaysia did not, they create that one, but they did not emphasize on that. If you look at this unique kind of design, what they do? Association. What's the association? Joseph. When you look at this not a girl, the costume here. What's the association? Look at those kind of costume. What's the association? Like what? You never take a Singapore airline, huh? Huh? You didn't Singapore, okay. What else? Anyone? So they do a study. The Westerner, when they look at this costume, remind of what? The Oriental secret. A lot of imagination comes from that design. All right. So these are really strong association. I don't know. Anyone? Singapore Airline. Take the Singapore Airline. It doesn't the costume anyway. So the costume itself, in fact, they position that very strongly. These are Oriental service. These are so you can see that they always great with great smile and so on. These are the positioning one using this personnel differentiation. Channel, I say that Watson, in fact, is the only very few company provide this kind of service. All right, so they are not only available in the store, they can deliver to your home. And that's one of the reasons behind that. They do provide some other better service and so on, right, in order to get the, as a market leader. Image, you know that, all right? So LV, Bao, and then Coach, and all that, all right? They based on all that. And that's, as I said that before, the brand name itself, in fact, is a trust. It's a trust, very important one is trust, all right? So channel, in fact, a good channel, in fact, provide a better product in general. They select all the product for you. We'll tell you more about that later, about the channel, the importance of the channel. They, in fact, create a connection between the brand and then the consumer, and in general, they provide the trust. That's cheaper one, right? I never buy that, all right? How cheap is that compared to LV, Bao? How cheap is that? Half price? More than half price? Less than half price? Wow. Okay. Adding further differentiation, okay? And then the lot of criteria, right? This is important here, right? Now, how do I differentiate? So it's not like I want to differentiate, I can move everything there. The question is, how can I move that? So the criteria are, that should be important, distinctive, superior, preemptive, affordable, and profitable. So it's not just I want to differentiate anything, all right? No, it's not. So certain criteria, these are the criteria to be successful for that. And in fact, this one missed another one, legal protection. The most important one right now is legal protection. Because in China, if you differentiate anything, they copy. All right? So that's the whole problem. So I think except for that, very important one is legal protection. We need to differentiate that. Very important brand name and whatever ingredient, whatever you have to try to protect that in order to survive. Identity and image, very interesting. The way a company aims to identify or position itself. Image, the way public perceive the company or its product. We'll tell you more about that in advertising. The difference here is one is called publicity and PR. Let me repeat again. Publicity and public relation. What's the difference? You know what I'm talking about here? So what's publicity? Publicity will be which one? Let me repeat again. The same as PR. Publicity versus public relation. Now, which one is publicity, which one is public relation? That's the idea behind all these two terms. So which one is publicity? Are you sure? Identity? PR means that company want to do something. I have to do some promotion activity in order to get that image. That's the PR. So that's from company point of view. I will generate this image for my company. These are called PR process. Publicity is what? It's already out there. People see who you are. You cannot control that. You cannot control publicity, but you can control PR. All right? So something out there, all the market's view about us is publicity or the image. And we try to create an identity for my company. So identity take from company point of view. Image take from market point of view. These two are different. So we try to generate, this one will give you further later on in the advertising and communication. How can I convey my image to the consumer's mind in order to persuade that? So this is a difference of that, okay? So anyway, so sometimes we call it brand image, corporate image, CI, all right, these are the terms coming out from these two different terms. Last one is PLC, product life cycle. I think you should know all that already, all right? We'll review that very quick. And anyway, life cycle is, there's some assumption here. Have a limit life. In fact, not true, all right? Product life cycle here means the life cycle, all right? So you assume that have a limit life. In fact, not true. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and I don't know, a lot of company, a lot of product, a very long life, all right? Never decline. Product sales pass through distinct stage, each posting different challenge, opportunity, and problem to the seller, which is true, all right? With different stage, with different challenge. Profit rise and falls, and which is also true. All right, so very quickly, let me ask you these questions. We have introduction, growing, mature, and then decline. Which stage will be the most profitable? So we have introduction, growing, mature, and then decline. Which stage will be the most profitable? and why? That's what this one is. That's what this question is about. And then product require different marketing, finance, manufacturing, purchasing, human resource stage, the same. All right, so very quickly, for instance, this is R&D. This is distribution and marketing. This is promotion and new product maybe, and this is another one. So each one have different strategy behind that. In order to, so you are in different stage, you will put into different resource to support a product. All right, that's what this one is. 2, not answer yet. Product pass through this distinct stage. Each one have different challenge. And the whole idea is now, which stage is most profitable? Tell me which one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? Why? Yes, answer is 2. Why? Fewer competitor. That's the whole key things. Fewer competitor. And if you are lucky, you are pioneer. You're going to make a lot of money. All right, so 2 is most crucial, in fact. And after that, their competitor will come in, share your profit, share your share. Now, you have to be very strong enough to maintain your market share. And yes, under that assumption, yes, stage 3 also can be profitable. But if you cannot success in that, you're going to have trouble of that. All right, but in overall, yes, stage 2 is the most profitable one, okay? And they will pass through 3 stages, all right? Now, another important argument about product life cycle is, how can you cut this line? Let me repeat again. All right? So I know that for this kind of chart here, in general, we have high price, low price. Suppose the question, how can I cut this one? Why not here? Why not here? How do I determine this line? Now, suppose my company is somewhere in here. Am I growing or mature? Let me repeat again. You know what? In my question, how do I know I am growing or mature? Because each one of them need different strategy. If I am growing, yes, I have to invest more. But how do I know this is mature already? How can I answer that? You know my argument here? So this one assumes that we can have 4 stages. But yeah, I know that. But when exactly is, suppose I'm in introduction. I introduce a product and I make some money. Is the market growing or not? That's big challenge for you, also for company to make decision. So some theoretically sound, yes, I know that. But now where is that line? How can you cut the line? How? You know my question here? All right, so this is the whole argument about that. That's why I call this one assumption. That's why I call this assumption, in fact. Okay? The book says somewhere, all right? According to that, probably somewhere here, all right? Again, now that's my problem here. I think according to that, it's somewhere before really mature, all right? So the money making is, according to its profit, not the second stage, third stage. I really don't know anyway, okay? That's my problem here. Where is the cutting line? So this one, the problem, what it says is S-curve start to shoot. You know, start to shooting. So from decline, now let me show you another one. That's a better one. You heard about this one? Innovation, very important innovation one. The title is Crossing the Chasm. What it means is first stage, second stage, third, fourth, and fifth. This one is most of the company come here and then die. So the most difficult part is this chasm. All right, so once you pass that, yes, you make money. That's what according to that. So in other words, once you cross that one, you can make that money. So there are different names here. Let me show you that. Early market. These are called bowling alley. Means that once you roll over, the market start to expand. And once you expand, these are called tornado. Means that the growth rate is shooting, start to shoot, right? And you can make money, all right? So what the argument is somewhere here, from this bowling alley to the tornado. And then we can go to Main Street, means everybody buy that, and then start to decline. Right? All these are the arguments about which stage is the most important and most critical for a company to be successful. So these are very famous book called Crossing the Chasm. All right, call it Hong Kong. These are the chasm here. All right, all these one go back to that. Then there are many different life cycles. This one I just mentioned here, this is a theoretical one. In fact, don't exist. All right, just theoretical one. And they got a lot of products like growth, slump, maturity pattern, up and down. All right, like microwave. When they introduce, everybody buy that. After that, start to saturate. Cycle, recycle. I think we're talking about different, like H1N1, for instance, this kind of flu. There's a circle, right? So coming and then down and coming and down, right? Then scale up is just like this. I think the book mentioned about the nylon, some kind of material. Some kind of material start to find out a new application. So I'm doing this underwear in the beginning, parachutes and pantyhose and so on. So they will find out a new application, the material will grow just like that. Nylon, for instance. So nylon in the very beginning, they're using this kind of fishing wire. Later on, the pantyhose. Later on, for the parachutes. So from consumer goods, move to industrial goods. These are called scale-up pattern. Style. The girl's shirt is long and short all the time, right? I don't know. Right now it's short or long. I don't know. The short, mini. In my old day, we really get this all one, right? Mini curve and then long curve and all that. And the boy, in my old days, we have 喇叭裤. You know what I mean? AB 裤, 喇叭裤. Short and then wide, short and wide, you know? 没听过. All right, these are the fashion. And fashion is happy farm. Going to die in 2 years, all right? I can tell you that. All right, very popular for a couple of years. These are called fashion, okay? Fad is coming short and then die immediately, all right? So anyway, we are talking about all the different patterns of the product in the market. Very different one. Again, pioneer. Inventor, product pioneer, market pioneer. So what it says, again, the same. Copy to the market and product, move around. Now, again, this is academic argument. Is a pioneer really make money? Early bird get a worm. Now, if you're a bird, it's okay. How about early worm get bite? You know what I mean here? So pioneer, what are we talking about here? 早起的鸟儿有虫吃。问题是我这虫怎么办？早起的虫会被鸟吃，对不对？ So that's the argument about a pioneer. So academics, they start to debate now. Is that really true? Pioneer really the advantage? Very interesting argument. All right. Of course, this term people still use this one. They call it pioneer advantage. All right. But anyway, just keep it here. Right? So in general, yeah, you will be first to the market. But it's not quite true right now. Like first to the market, you first get killed by Indian, all right, something like that. All right. So it's a long-range product market expansion strategy. Then strategy for sustaining rapid market growth. All right, so we want talking about different stage. The early stage, you should be pioneer. All right, I don't believe that. All right, growing stage, then you got a whole bunch of things to do. Improve product quality, add features, and improve style. That's what it says. So once you have product coming out, you try to improve the product, add new model, add new segment, increasing distribution strategy. All right, so all this is what you have to do in the market growth. And in your game, the same. in your game, you have to judge that which product in your stage in order to do something else. And that's I very quickly tell you the answer when you read the menu. In other words, you have to judge that whether my product right now is in what stage. Then you increase your budget. All right, so that's the whole idea behind this expenditure. So again, low price to attract next layer of price-sensitive buyer. All right, so this one tells you a little bit of the market decision in real life, also in your game. Okay. Mature stage. Again, all kinds of stuff. Expand number of brand users by converting non-user. These are the leader we mentioned that before. Convince current user to increase usage. And then product modification, you have to modify that. All right. So modify, if you modify product, is another curve coming out here. So if you look at the curve, sometimes these are my original product. After I modify that, I will coming out another one. All right. I in fact have a paper in General Marketing talking about this. Market evolution, how can I do that? So I don't believe product life cycle, but I do believe product evolutionary cycle. I call it PEC. So once you get there, you keep improving that, then for the company to survive. All right, so these are a lot of things can be done in a mature stage. Once you realize that is mature, you do a lot of things in order to extend the life. And then there's a mature stage, we call it consolidate. Because in a mature stage, you cannot survive for so many firms. So these are a whole bunch of products at a time, you try to consolidate and as a leader. All right, so consolidate means try to merge acquisition or whatever, right, and then try to merge together as a more powerful company or more powerful product and brand. Decline stage also have a whole bunch of strategy to do. What can you do in the decline, for instance, all right? Then the investment level and all that. Right? So these are sometimes they call it milking and harvest. All right. So once it start to decline, that we start to milk, because there's like a cow. All right. So we start to milk the cow in order to don't put any new investment there in order to survive. So these are the decline stage. So this will be summary. Let me just highlight a very important here: sales, cost, profit, and customer. Introduction, low sales, high cost, in general negative, and few customer. Growth stage, rapid rising profit. All right, so according to the book, it says that mature is a high profit, all right? So that's put it as a high profit, not a growth stage. All right, so rapid rising sales, average cost, rising profit, growing number. In a mature stage, peak sales, low cost, high profit. I think high, I don't know whether high is the highest or not, but anyway, that's assume it's true. Stable number beginning to decline. Right? So these are you have to watch out carefully for when you play the game. Last one is market evolution. That's what this one is about. So you have to look at the market change, the dynamics of that, and try to discover new attributes and so on. Okay? And especially high-tech product is evolve all the time. This one, Intel, they try to promote the so-called MID the platform. And market really evolve all the time. And this will be a very popular, powerful product called Android from Google. Android coming out. I think they say it's a killer. It's a killer for next generation. So Nokia will fail, and then Android, Google will come. All right, this is an argument here. And there's another one called Moto Android. Motorola will join with the Android together as another one. All right, you don't see that? This is a Motorola Moto. All right. And right now they signed agreement with that. So these are evolution. In other words, that what is the next generation? You really don't know. You know what consumer really want? What's the next generation? 3G, 4G, 5G, and so on. This market evolve, all right? And very interesting, in fact, very interesting. Because right now who's the number one right now in the wireless phone? Number one is Nokia, right?
Second one, Samsung. Number 3, who's number 3? Are you sure Sony Ericsson not strong? Number 4, maybe, all right? If you read carefully, the top 3 are not American firm. Nokia, not. Samsung, no. Sony Ericsson, no. So interesting, but Moto used to be is a market leader. So anyway, these are the huge competition behind that. Right now, they try to get together, hopefully they claim back together. And both sides need each other. Google need hardware. Google need hardware, all right? And the Moto need a system, new platform to play. And whether that will be successful, I don't know, all right? Just give you an idea of what's going on there about the evolution of that in the very future, okay?